Hey guys, Tom Murdoch here. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons that an agent might get a phone call while they're on an active live person chat conversation. So let's jump right in. Reason number 5, this only applies to Genesys inbound routed voice calls. So if an agent receives a direct dial, such as a DID call or an extension dial call, or if a call is transferred directly to the agent, it's not using Genesys routing logic, hence it's not going to know that that agent's on a live person conversation. So that call will still route to the agent's telephone. Nothing we can do about that. And that's reason number 5. Reason number 4. The synchronization of a new chat takes about 13 seconds. And that's an average. I think for the most part it's going to be better than that, but the first 1 or 2 might take even longer. What happens is the chat arrives to the agent's live engage desktop, and then from there a message is sent to Genesys to let Genesys know that that agent's busy on a chat. But unfortunately it's got to pass through some web services and other things behind the scenes. So there is a little bit of a lag, and like I said, we've seen that average out to about 13 seconds. So during that 13 seconds, unfortunately, the agent can still get a voice call. They're still considered available. If you happen to get a call as a chat is beginning, that could be why. Number 3 is configuration. What we're seeing in Genesys is that agents are not configured correctly. So first of all, there's 3 or 4 settings that we see incorrectly configured on the agent's profile. The first one is the access group. We're seeing that agents aren't in an access group with the LPMSG designation. So if the agent doesn't have an access group with the LPMSG designation, they won't have access to use the open media channel, which is how we pass that information on from live person to Genesys. So first of all, they've got to make sure they have the right access group. Second is the capacity rule. There's a brand new capacity rule that we've created called voice or LP. So the agent must have that capacity rule in their profile. Otherwise, they're not going to be enabled. Again, the routing engine is not going to see them have any capacity to support an open media interaction. So it will never be delivered to their desktop. Third is the live person blended skill. Now this is what tells WDE to allow them to use that channel. So it's sort of a complement to the access group. So the access group means they can use it. WDE is actually what uses that channel. So WDE looks at that skill, the live person blended skill, and says, okay, we are going to now activate that channel for this agent. So that goes hand in hand. So they need the live person blended skill. The fourth thing to consider is the conversation must be active on the live person side. There's a rule in place that if the visitor does not type a message to the agent within 4 minutes, they go into inactive status. Now what will happen in WDE on the Genesys side is live person sends an event to Genesys saying this conversation is now inactive. So WDE will no longer show the placeholder for that open media conversation, making the agent available for a voice phone call. So it's very important that if the conversation goes idle, the agent must be ready for a voice call to be routed to their telephone. When that conversation becomes active again, then the placeholder returns, and then it's treated again as a restriction for voice calls. But if they got a voice call while that conversation was idle, and that chat returns, then they're going to have 2 interactions that they've got to support concurrently. So just something to keep in mind. Idle conversations will open that agent back up for routing brand new voice phone calls. The fifth criteria is that the agent must be in available status in WDE when that chat arrives. When the chat arrives, liveperson will send the new chat event to Genesys, and WDE will decide if that agent is available to accept that or not. Now, liveperson is going to route the chat to the agent through the LiveEngage desktop. This is just a matter of, does Genesys recognize that event to prevent voice calls from being routed to this agent? If that agent's in aux in WDE, that liveperson notification event will be rejected. So if that agent does go available moments later, they won't show the indicator that they're on a liveperson chat. And a voice call, once again, can be routed to this agent. So it's very important that anytime that agent's available to take chat conversations, they need to be available in WDE to receive those liveperson event notifications. Otherwise, they will get voice phone calls that arrive into queue while they're on a chat conversation. So that's the top 5 reasons why an agent might get a call while they're on a liveperson chat conversation. The best tool that an agent has to avoid synchronization issues is to check their channels when they first log into WDE. So they can click the 3 flat lines on the top right and then choose My Channels. And they need to make sure that they have a voice channel and an LP messaging channel. If they do not have an LP messaging channel listed in their My Channels, they could possibly get a phone call while they're on a chat. So the first thing they should do is check their channels. Now, if they're missing the LP messaging channel, they need to alert their manager to have WFM correct that. And that's a very quick fix. It does require logging out of WDE and back in, but at least they won't have any synchronization issues. So there you go, the top 5 reasons that an agent might get a voice call while they're on a liveperson conversation. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider subscribing. It helps me a great deal. And if you did like the content, smash that like button and leave a comment below if you have any questions. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.